Yeah.
Yo, what up? We in the Dove Shack. This is Yucca. This is your host, motherfucking Yucca, and I am drunk.
Okay, this is how we're starting the video, guys. Hello, nice to see you again.
So
Slugger
basically,
here.
so basically, how I met Slug. This is what this video is about.
Oh my god, here we go.
This video is about how I met Slug. So I met Slug.
Are you actually recording right now?
Yeah, I'm actually recording.
Well, why you have the video up there to start with?
We're gonna start like that right this time.
No, we gotta start with just the logo without that video there. Yeah, man.
My bad. Slug like
restart this whole video. We gotta
fuck that. Slug like to start in the backside. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to the backside.
I'm gonna fuck the bitch from the back off top.
Pause.
What? How's that a pause? I'm gonna fuck the bitch from the back off top. It's the least pause mental thing I even heard.
Pause mental. Can you bring an ashtray over this side?
Motherfucker, you're the one that got phones and drones and zones.
I got phones and I got drones. The drones is for the John Bones on the Sloan, and that's why I did it. Now I'm home.
I mean,
amen. Anyway, listen, this is what I'm trying to talk about, right? So basically, how I met Slug, right? He was a server at a Starbucks, right? But this is when Starbucks
was a server, or was I a
barista? But barista, it was masculine. Barista, right? So it was server barista. Hey, server barista. This was like they was kind of fidgeting and trying to learn their way around. Starbucks wasn't.
I said it's man.
It's man. Starbucks wasn't that big back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So I helped him to some game, and I said, "Listen, partner, look, young blood." He said, "What kind of macchiato you like?" And I said that all they had was macchiatos on the lemonade.
Yeah, that's
on the menu.
In the early days, that's pretty much all we had.
Yeah, all they had was macchiatos on the menu back then. And I was like, "Listen, little young blood. First of all, stop wearing that tight ass shirt. It make your poofy nipples look funny."
Yeah, and that's one thing. I ain't gonna lie. I was always a little chubby boy, and like I would wear them tight ass vests. You know what I mean?
Vests that show the breasts. You know what I'm saying?
I'd have a white t-shirt on with an Argyle pattern sweater vest.
So I told him, because back in the day, the weed was illegal. And I said, "Hey, young blood, you like to smoke the weed?" I said it with 8 vowels.
8 E's.
It had 8 vowels in the motherfucker.
And I said, "No."
He said, "No.
I've never smoked the ganja."
Wait. What he's omitting is he kept calling me sir. He said, "No, sir. No, sir. I don't." And I said, "Listen, young blood, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take you to Shake Shack. You're going to eat your first pork burger, BLT. You know what I'm talking about?
A real hamburger.
Then we're going to cop some Jordans. We're going to take that check that you had, that Starbucks check.
Yeah.
We're gonna copy you some Jordans. We're gonna take you to Champs and get you a whole outfit,
a sweatsuit,
a one piece. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then I said, "Hey, now we're gonna talk to some bitches." He said, "We don't got no bitches here, sir. We only have ladies." And I said, "Oh, cool. Well, I bet you we're gonna find some bitches in the food court." You know what I mean? To be continued. Now let's get to the motherfucking video.
Oh my god.
So this video.
No, wait. Before you do that, and since that day, my life was changed. So for that, I thank you, sir.
Oof. And then I told his ass, don't handshake me. We don't do handshake. We do a motherfucking whoop. We do a motherfucking whoop.
I know. What about the we don't do that?
No fingers.
Okay.
I'm scared to get shot, bro. We did like this, and then we did like this, and then we did like a bop, and then we did a soul clap. Can I get a soul clap? Yeah, we did a cardinal official. Can I get a soul clap?
No, but listen, on some real shit, on some Calgary shit, I remember pulling up to the spot when we were like teenagers and seeing 14 motherfuckers hang out. And there was always the quick, just dap and slap.
I was never a dap and slap.
Slapping and dap.
I was never a dap and slap.
But that was a Calgary thing. That's just what you had to do, man.
I was never a dap and slap.
2003.
I was either going full force, or I was like, I don't really fuck with this thing like that. I'd be like, I do like this. I do like a boom.
Bow. The boop bow.
So I did. Because I used to like The Adventures of Hercules. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, so I did like, I had some connection.
No, you know what ones I liked? I liked the forearm grasp. The old timey. Those were the Kevin Sorbo days.
That was back when you used to rock the leather strap. It wasn't even a chain or a bracelet. It was a leather strap.
Oh, yeah, I had a leather like sheath. Because that was in my archery days. I didn't want to get the burn marks from the string. Yeah,
we used to call them Young Eolas.
Yeah, they used to call me young Hawkeye.
Yeah, we used to call him Young Eolas. You know what I'm saying? He was a real one back then. Yeah. What the fuck done happened, man?
Anyways, man, I feel.
Anyways,
Okay.
Slug got indigestion, so he be panicking. He have panic. He have indigestion.
I have
panic
IBS.
IBS.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
I
also have Crohn's disease.
The IBS gets activated when I ask him to handshake me.
And my sciaticas be acting up. You know what I'm saying?
His IBS be acting up when I ask him for a handshake and he get nervous.
No, that's my carpal tunnel and my arthritis.
That's a PTSD. That's what that is.
You ain't never lied. Okay.
Let's go. So this video called I Took a Break.
So we're not going to do the one with in the middle like I was saying? Like we're going to do the full screen?
We could do that, but I don't think it's lit like that.
I just want to see what it's like.
All right, anyway, so we're going to cool. We're going to do the I Took a Break from White Man. Right?
I could never take a break from a white man.
Pause.
Well, because I've been looking in the mirror and shit, and like I'm a white man, right? So like,
so you was looking at the man in
no, listen,
the mirror?
I started with the man in the mirror.
Oh, that's
hoping I could make some change.
That's twisted.
No, that's Mike Jackson, baby.
It's actually kind of twisted, bro.
Oh, that's MJ, baby.
Anyway, so we're going to take this one in, right? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Is y'all ready?
Let's go.
Salud. Is y'all ready, though? Is they ready?
Hold on. Yeah. They ready.
Salud. All right, let's go.
You've written pretty extensively about your search, not for Mr. Right, but for Mr. Woke. Tell me about that.
You look about 32.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm still on the lookout, by the way, for someone.
How much you want to bet? I'm sorry.
The sigh.
How much you want to bet that she is a black feminist chick that is very anti-white male and very
No, now.
It's crazy. No, but it's crazy to me.
She used to be a swirler.
No. I bet you she still is.
Now she's semi-queer.
No. You can't change.
I know a girl that looks like her, and I already get the same vibe.
If you a swirler off the bat, if you a swirler off rip, that's what you are. Now you're trying to change things to fit into some kind of structure, but that's what you are.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's cool. If you like the white men's, then do that. But don't try to claim that all of a sudden you hate them because you got rejected. You know what I'm saying?
Or you had a bad breakup with your white boyfriend.
Yeah.
And he called you the N-word.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck it is, whatever your situation was, that's cool. Whatever, right? We ain't judging you.
Wait, but hold on. Look at the smile on this white guy's face that we paused on. Hold on. Let's go.
Because he knows the joke.
I haven't met someone yet, so open for invitations, auditions, all of it. But you're such a Mr. Woke. So woke means kind of being in tune with the social justice issues of the day, about inequality.
No, that's bullshit. Woke don't mean being in tune with the social justice.
Woke means being red-pilled. No, but not believing in the Matrix.
Yeah, that's what it originally was. That's what it was back in the day. But she said it's being in tune
with the social justice
of the day.
Bitch, so it's you be on Twitter like that.
Being woke is being in tune with what's popping the new day, the new hashtag. Is that what's woke? Get the
what's
fuck
trending
out of
on Twitter?
Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Get some braces. Let's go.
Fuck out you.
You British bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
About human rights, and I have to disclaimer that in the day I do research on race and inequality. So those issues are really important to me, but I am also really fun at a party as well.
Really? Yeah, I bet she seems like a blast at a party.
No, she's thirsty. I'm really fun at a party. That's the first thing you said. You want a whole Sky News?
Oh, that's your D in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, but you want a whole Sky News, and the first thing you got to do is tell us that you fun at a party. You dumb bitch. You have no. How we gonna respect you? How we gonna respect you with that delivery? Special delivery. I want that. Special delivery. I need that.
Special delivery.
Don't act like you don't remember that one.
No, I don't know that one.
Really?
I don't know that one.
God.
Who was that?
That was G Herb or something.
Yeah, I never listened to that.
What was his name? G Herb?
G Herbo or something?
No, not G Herbo. It was like G
Herb, G Herbo.
It was like G Herb. No, it wasn't G Herbo.
I don't know who either.
It was something like that. I don't remember. It was some bad boy type shit.
Yeah, and I never fuck with bad boys as staff. Regularly as a motherfucking crew.
All right, I'll take your word for that. But I heard you used to fuck with Chino XL.
Nah, Chino XL, fuck you too.
Okay, well, we're about to find out. Let's go.
I am certain. I am certain. But I mean, you're pretty candid about some of your earlier sexual experiences.
Yeah.
And there was one that which stuck with me, and indeed in the first Mr. Woke article, where you were about to lose your virginity, and your prospective partner said
that he'd never had sex with a black girl before.
Oh, he got
so
his black belt.
I put a stop.
Because you clearly grew up in a white neighborhood. So you better get used to it. You know what I'm saying? You better get used to it that you're gonna deal. If you got a tendency, if you got a sensation for the white persuasion, that's cool. Do you? But be expecting of their
Of a white person or any other person who's not black to be like, oh, I never fucked with a black girl before. Like,
watch some Waiting to Exhale. Watch some Love Jones and some Love and Basketball. Watch it all and kind of understand that they expecting some kind of motions. You know what I'm saying? Understand that, please. Let's go.
That encounter, actually, I lost my virginity to someone else in the end who didn't say that. Bit of a late bloomer, so university was the place. But it was very off-putting, but it's also quite a common thing to happen for...
You was a late bloomer because they wasn't fucking with you.
she said it was very off-putting. Me, I've been eating a lot lately. I need to also get off-putting.
You get off on pudding?
No, I need to get off-putting.
American pudding. That's your biography?
Listen, let me have my dad jokes and leave me alone, okay?
Okay.
quite a lot of black women.
Well, tell us a bit more about that, your experience and why this search for Mr. Woke, it isn't perhaps as kind of weird given your experiences.
Yeah, so I'm definitely, and from the responses that I've gotten, it's definitely, I'm not the only person that's had some of these experiences. So, for example, when I was on study abroad, I hooked up with this guy who is American, and I found out that actually he is what we'd call a biological racist. So he believes
What?
that...
What? No, what?
He's a biological
I never
racist.
heard that term in my life.
He's a biological
She said,
racist.
as to what we would call, who the fuck is we?
A bunch of lesbians.
The fucking woke crowd on Twitter. As what we would call. So I came in to hear this case. He was an American guy, probably white, I'm assuming. Let's find out.
like some races are just predisposed to violence, for example, or have certain behaviors that
And he
innate
felt that
to
about
Oh.
white people, did he?
You talk to a white boy that felt a certain way about black people. That's cool. But how about if you're so intellectual, why didn't we discuss that? Listen,
Why does he think like that?
No, bro, I've had discussions with lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lawyer that he kind of is on the super right, and he used to listen to them Stefan Molyneux type people. You may not know who that is.
It sounds familiar.
He's a dude from Canada that kind of breaks down race and IQ, right?
Oh,
I would crush him in a second.
yeah.
right?
That's just
No, but I would
bullshit.
crush him on a debate because I know things that he doesn't know. All he knows is that Eurocentric perception, which is cool. No disrespect, no argument with that,
Yeah.
right? But I'm open to dialogue.
Yeah,
Whereas
he's kind of like in that realm, and
yeah.
kind of
Whereas she just took it. She took it, and she's traumatized by the fact that she took it. Right? But let's go.
I did think that about black people, but not about me as an individual, which is always, I find, interesting. The dissonance there doesn't
he
make
trying to
someone
fuck.
necessarily change their view.
he might have thought that,
So he actually
and just
said to me, "Oh, but
But the white dude is fetishizing her just the same way she's fetishizing white men because she wants white men.
yes, because and I wanted to even touch on that while we were talking about this because so many girls be like, oh, like you're not one of those white guys that never been with a black girl. I mean, and I don't know why they would think that if they were really paying attention.
Because they worried you gonna pull her hair. That's why.
Well, first of all, I can tell from looking at your shit if I can pull it or not because I'm that experienced. And so it's funny as hell because I see some.
That's right. We pull it a lot.
No, but I hear from black girls all the time, especially dark skinned girls, be like, "Oh, I hate that backhanded compliment that I get when someone says, you know what, I don't even fuck with black girls, but you're pretty," or "Hey, I don't even like dark skinned girls, but you're pretty," and they be complaining to me over here.
But guess what? They're the same ones that say, you know what? I don't even fuck with white boys, but like you,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's why it's all projection. At the end of the day, it's all projection. But let's go.
you're not
Fetishize
like that.
me, baby.
And I was like, well, yeah, of course not. And no one is. No one's innately violent. But it didn't.
I think
result in
everyone's
him
innately violent.
Reevaluating his views.
Or did he just think that you were an exception?
Yeah, an
this
exception
general
to a
rule.
Nah, he wanted to
yeah.
fuck.
He just wanted to
I
fuck.
make
He
better
wanted to
choices now.
fetishize, yeah.
I meet much nicer people than that.
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
It does
Bitch,
have
you
to admit, reading the
traumatized.
articles,
You
it does sound like you met
thirsty.
a series of
She on here thirsty. She on here like a fucking tender
tell us a little
ass.
bit more about some of your experiences.
No, I swear to God, I know a girl almost
There was a
exactly
boyfriend
like her.
that you had,
believe it.
And looks very close to her
in
even.
India, who
So
decided
funny.
to get in touch.
He went on a holiday and it was reflecting a lot about our relationship. We'd been broken up for like.
So they had a whole relationship.
No, but I thought she said it was a guy I hooked up with. No, that's what she said. I heard that 30
But
seconds
they
ago.
had a whole relationship.
And then she
right?
said he went on a holiday. It was very reflective.
And he felt the way about black people, and now you embarrassed that he ghosted you. That's what it is. You embarrassed that he ghosted you. So you got a whole column. Now you a columnist, right?
You're a
not-
colonizer.
You a column. you're not a professor. You're not no doctorate. You a columnizer, and you sitting here trying to fucking columnize the white man. But let's go.
Over a year at least.
At least.
And then he just sent me this really out of the blue, weird, like pseudo-intellectual analysis about race and gender and how, I was obsessed with it, apparently. Obsessed
You
with
was
it.
clearly.
In a sense.
You, like he ain't analyzed you. He analyzed you. He analyzed you, and he understood what your whole flex was. You date white boys because you what's the word?
I mean,
a fetishizer.
or
fetishizer.
or it sounds like you grew up in a predominantly white
Clearly
area, and so it's like it's fine that you like white boys, and it's like that's like fine for you, but like then you kind of got like hypnotized or fucking like told that you're only doing this because you maybe hate yourself or you're fetishizing. But it's like that may not really be the case because that's just what you do when you grew up with as kids.
I already see this whole interview as projection. That's all it is. But let's go.
Right.
Was that you viewed everything through the prism.
I hate how this guy's sitting.
Through the prism of race.
Well,
and
it's a
gender,
very
but
awkward
race
couch.
the most.
Gay as hell.
And that
How would you sit on that
At
awkward
first
ass
used to think,
couch?
why-
I probably have my legs
why
wide
do they
open
do that?
too.
Yeah, like
People
this,
who-
leaning back with my fucking.
I grew up
He
in
got little
Reading,
dick syndrome. That's why he got a pink
town,
shirt on.
And have lots of white middle class friends. So,
bet
what
you
did I
do.
have to complain about? Why was I always talking about race all the time?
Well, okay.
Because you fixated on it. 'Cause
That kind of sounds like.
you traumatized. You fixated on Chad that don't want to date you. That's why you talking about race
or
all the
anything
time.
that didn't go your way in your life.
Yeah.
Whatever you're like, oh, it's because I'm black.
No,
Like,
but we all do it, right? Like I do it. I say, oh yeah, because I'm short and this and that. A lot of women don't want to fuck
or
with
because
me
I'm
whatever.
I'm chubby.
Yeah, whatever it is, we all do it. But like that's why you doing it. That's why you doing it. Like let's be real.
But like, I mean, for me too is like, cause I mean, sometimes I'm like, yo, some people just are not attracted to gingers or redheaded people, and I'm like,
Story of my life.
and I'm like, I don't get like butthurt about it because I'm like, yo, okay, cool. You don't like that? Okay, cool. Let me move on. I'm not gonna get offended. You know what I mean? That makes no sense to my brain. It's like you don't fuck with it, cool. The next person might.
Let's go.
He did acknowledge that was probably a bit unfair. But
So
race,
he was rational.
unfortunately, I mean, I'm proud of who I am, but even in the places where I don't want it to be an issue, it still is. Unfortunately, we live in a country where 44% of people believe that some races are born harder working than others. So these ideas haven't gone away.
Yeah, there people believe that some races are harder working than others, but they may believe that it's a cultural thing.
And like
Mexican,
yeah,
we already know
from their
whole
lived
world-
experience.
Listen, no, hold up. The whole world knows Mexicans are hard workers. That ain't racist.
Yeah,
it's
like
a cultural
you know,
observation.
You know, Fluffy Iglesias or whatever, that fat Mexican comedian.
Julio Iglesias.
No, Fluffy.
No, I don't know. Who
That big fat Mexican dude. He said, listen, I'll tell you right now, if Mexicans were there to build the pyramids, that shit would have been done in 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
believe that.
but that's how Mexicans are, and
That's
yeah.
what they have. Like, I'm going to have to keep talking about it, and it has to keep being part of my life. And I hope that one day our society is one
It's gonna
where
keep being
these
part of
issues
your
don't
life 'cause you
matter,
make it a
and
part
I'm
of
out
your
a
life.
job, and I think of something else to complain about. But we're not there yet, and he couldn't really get that or see that.
Let's go through the woke checklist
The
that you
woke
have. And whether or
checklist.
not it's written down in a bit of paper, it does strike me that you
The
probably
Welsh,
have.
yeah.
A bit of
That
paper.
is, given your experiences.
Oh, he's
a list of
Irish.
things that you
A little northerner at least.
anymore. What would be on that list?
So definitely, no racists, no sexists, no one who's homophobic. These are like
So nobody. That's
No,
why
but
you single.
no, but I
'Cause
feel like-
you don't want nobody.
No, but like most
You don't
peo-
want a man.
Most people inherently are like, they're not racist to like, they understand like some little racial
They're tribalists.
stereotypes and they see it, but like they don't really, it doesn't really affect their life. It doesn't really like change how they interact with these kind of people. You know what I mean? Or if you're,
What do you mean these people?
The people I'm referring to right now.
What do you?
Yeah. Anyways, or people that are like sexist, like you're talking about like women, everybody's gonna be sexist to a certain extent, but unless it like actually affects how you interact with people, it's not really an issue. And same thing with like homophobic people. Like unless you're
What
like
you mean, those
really
people?
homophobic that you're like, oh, I can't stand it. If you're like inherently super, like outward about it, or it's changing how you interact with other people, then yes. But I feel like most people aren't like that. Even if they don't want to be around some gay shit, or they don't want to be around some girly shit, or some masculine shit, or they don't want to be around some black shit or white shit, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're full on racist or sexist or homophobic. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I feel like it is what it ain't, and it ain't what it is. That's what I feel like.
all right, that's what's up.
Yeah. Can we salute to that?
I'm right.
Can I get a Bogardine too while we at it? And an attack? Let's go.
the
I mean,
foundation.
to be fair, they're pretty standard for me too.
Yeah,
you know.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's what most people
those
would go
are
by.
the basic things. You need to care about what's happening in wider society. It needs to
Wider
not be
society?
Why, I
or
think she
why?
said why. I think she said wider.
Poverty has increased, that child poverty has increased. Social issues
In the
have to
West?
matter to you
Ciao.
in some way.
Maybe because of
So she
single mothers.
want- so she
Maybe because
want-
of single mothers.
So she want a social activist. Basically, she want a feminine dude that she's not attracted to. Is what she wants.
Yeah.
But then she want him to be a manly man.
I want you
She
to be a
want him
man.
to be a manly man
but like-
that hang with other manly men that have manly men vibes. But at the same time, they're social activists, and they cut. Listen, they're forestry. They work in the forestry mulching business. They chop down trees, but they're also very conscious
Yes.
of the trees.
Yes.
That's what she wants.
I'm
She
only
wants a
cutting these
bipolar
trees
male.
down because if we don't, then some other oh my god.
She wants a conscious male. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And yeah, some people might find that a bit much. Someone when I wrote like an amalgamation
I wish we had the fucking soundboard. Buy a dog, die alone.
of these articles in a piece for The Guardian, some of the comments underneath were saying, good luck in life, love, maybe just get some cats. I don't think this guy
There it
exists.
is.
Like,
I mean,
Exactly.
could you, for example,
Buy a cat,
being
die alone.
in a longer-term relationship with someone who
Buy a
didn't
boot.
believe, just by way of example, that the Metropolitan Police were institutionally racist?
for me, no. I think you can take people on a journey if you're willing to do that. People are always willing to learn and change, and if you really love someone, people can be willing to put in that kind of work. But I'm tired, and I can't.
You're old
I
is
don't
what
want to.
it
There's
is.
always the risk
You're
that
old.
How old
it
are
might
you?
never change, and then you could
Height?
have invested.
It don't
Dress
matter.
size?
She could be 25.
How
and
much
she-
did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself? No.
25 is too old.
Do you have any
already.
kids?
25 is already too old because she already been through it. You already done spent, 7 years just getting pounded and grounded and
Riding the cock carousel.
yeah.
A year in someone who ultimately is never going to see the world the way that you see it. Like, you can't agree on everything.
Why would you want someone that
Otherwise-
sees the world the
I mean,
way you
more
see it?
wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I
want
think there are some things that
validation.
are fundamental for me, and they really matter. You can overlook things for a while, but I think in the long term, people's values matter. If it's where you work, if
True.
it's who you hang out with.
No, it's not true.
definitely
No, people's
who you have a
values matter.
relationship with, I think.
Yeah, but she's talking about it matter where you work and no.
No, and
values,
she went past
no,
that. But
values are
people's
like,
values matter.
Val-
Sure, that's
value-
one statement she said that was I agree with.
No, but she said it was underhanded. It wasn't
You
genuine.
right?
It wasn't
Yeah.
genuine. It's
'Cause
like
she-
values are like, yo, I want a wife to take care of my children while I work. We can build.
I
you
value
can handle,
a family lifestyle.
If you want, you can handle the finances if you're good with finances. If I'm not good with finances, and we're going to build a house, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But it's too many incentive to divorce and live alone. You know what I mean? Have a child
Yeah.
and have another child by another dude.
Or never settle.
Blase. Yeah. Never settle. That's what they're doing. They're never settling. Right.
Sharing values is really important.
So is there a problem in particular to white men?
I think white men do have a lot of work to do, and one of the other responses I've gotten was just
lot.
like, stop dating white men. They were just like, just stop.
But I
It's
love
clearly
white
just
men.
loads of bother.
I can't help
You
myself,
grew
bro.
up
Actually.
around white
Yeah.
men. I mean, that's
I did take a
From
break.
white men.
Had a bit of a rest.
You know what?
had a bit of a rest.
Here's a bit of a rest. Here's the problem is that you didn't have your father in your life. I guarantee you didn't have your father in your life. And that's why you don't have a black male figure that you'd be attracted to. You had your mother.
But I
and
mean,
then
it
you
also
had-
sounds like she grew up in a predominantly white area. So it's like,
No, it's not
when you're
just-
a kid, like you're gonna see, if that's for the most part what you see, like that's what you just
No,
are
but
naturally gonna be attracted to.
if she had a hood black father, she could grow up in a white neighborhood, but she'll still crave somebody like her father. And then white boys will not add up to it at the end of the day. Some of them maybe.
I mean,
But
not
not all of them.
Maybe not necessarily, because I think at that point when you're a kid, it's more about like character and how a kid is. Because I'll tell you right now, Aya told me she has a crush. This one little boy on daycare or whatever, and like I'm like, okay, so what do you like about this guy? And she says something about like he's funny, and I'm like, okay, like that kind of makes sense. It's not about him being white or not, because the majority of the kids around are probably gonna be white.
He a goof troop.
But it's more probably because he's funny and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Just don't let her get pregnant by 7 years old.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually physically possible, but I will not.
It can
I will not. I
happen.
will not.
It can happen, but let's go.
Yeah, to recover from the last
To recover.
few guys.
Few guys.
I did
Oh,
take
how
a
many
break
few?
For a bit, and it was a nice rest. But we live in a country that is 85% white.
Yeah.
And I
You
live in
move.
a city that's also
You
deep.
can move to Africa or the Caribbean or something, right? You can go move to the
I mean, even if it's
very-
85%, like how many millions of people live in the UK? I mean,
she's so delusional. It's embarrassing. I'm fucking embarrassed for her. I really am. I'm fucking embarrassed for her. But.
Unequal and work in industries which are also really deeply unequal.
Oh.
So outside of apps on the data.
Fuck the apps. Fuck the unequalness
no,
of
but
the
what was she
careers.
saying then? Outside of apps,
No, but hold up. I gotta cut it off a second because fuck the unequalness of the careers and the apps and this and that. At the end of the day, all you want is white men. So stop complaining. The unequalness. You don't want to date black men. You don't want to date Indian men. You don't want to date Chinese men. You want to date white men. So that you enjoy that. That's why you chose those careers. Like, let's be real.
and then people were in your ear talking about maybe she need a break from white man. So she did it, but then she's like, "But I'm back on the crack now."
it was probably her white friend that told her that because she was like eyeing her man or something.
No, let's get real. It was everyone,
yeah,
because white men lately been public enemy number one.
yeah. She needed a black male friend around her to tell her, "Yo, you look corny. You're embarrassing yourself. And, maybe you should chase a black man because these white guys don't really like you like that."
Or maybe you're just making the wrong choices. How about that?
Maybe that too.
That's usually what it is.
You dating out of your. She's talking about dating apps too, right? So she on the dating apps.
You're
dating out of your.
You're fucking with the same 15-20% of guys
Yeah.
that are getting pussy and not giving nobody else a chance.
She dating out of her league. But let's go.
Today, I am mostly meeting white men, and I like to give people a chance. I don't think you should just write people off immediately.
You see that? The whole video, she's talking about white man this, white man that. She's generalizing, but now she's talking about giving people a chance as individuals. Like, how embarrassed, how mentally defunct are you? How mentally defunct are you? Use your fucking brain. Use your fucking brain, but let's go.
And this will refer to people who don't know the backstory, who haven't read the articles about your search for Mr. Woke. But do you understand why eyebrows might immediately be raised at a statement like, I'm taking a break from white men? I mean, if the situation were turned and I said, I'm taking a break from black women, there are too many issues around it, I would be pilloried.
He knows.
And probably
He
rightly
knows.
so.
Does it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think particularly when you're talking about race, like making any blunt statement, it cuts pretty hard.
That's all you've done.
And even with wider issues, say, like terms like white privilege or talking about Black Lives Matter, I think when I'm saying I'm taking a break from white men. I'm not saying all white men are awful, and these are traits that every white man shares, because they're innate to them. Like, definitely not.
So then why
It's
is
more that
take
we
a
live
break
in
from white men?
society where,
But
for
here's the problem.
If that's
with her.
not what you're thinking.
Here's the problem with her. She's a 4 out of 10. So
You
even
think she's a 4?
I know she's a 4.
I wouldn't give her a 4.
Maybe for you, but for me, she's a 4. But even in any,
She's not even that chunky. She's
in every, it doesn't matter about
Normal,
chunky.
I'd
It
say
doesn't
she's
matter
average.
About, her teeth are jacked up. Her face is not really
England.
that pretty.
she's like a 5 at least.
Do you know how many baddies are in England, bro?
I mean, there's baddies everywhere.
Yeah, but there's some real baddies in England, bro.
But like, there's a lot that are way worse than her.
Listen, there's some real baddies in England. I'm not talking about the worst. I'm talking about the best.
I mean, her if that's her hair, I mean,
I don't care about the hair, bro. Her bones,
hair, her face, her figure.
bone structure, everything is just out of whack. So
I mean,
regardless,
yeah, I guess for you, that's what you see.
No, I'm just
I'll give her a
saying,
5, 6.
I understand beauty's subjective, right? But her, she's not a 6. She's not a 6. If
I give her a 5.5.
who's that famous person that Kev called a 6, adjustable 6?
Oh no, it was your average at best.
No, the adjustable 6.
Oh,
the celebrity.
Saweetie.
You gonna say that she's close to Sweetie?
No, I wouldn't say she's close, but I wouldn't say Saweetie's an adjustable 6.
I would.
I mean, it's tough because like
would.
I'd give Sweetie a 7, maybe 8, 7.5.
Adjustable. That's why the term adjustable is there, right?
But I would say she's closer to an 8 than she is a 6.
I disagree, but
Hey.
either one, let's go.
a lot of people think, racism is over, or that's a thing of the past. People very rightly want to just get on with their lives and their families and don't necessarily find wider social issues that interesting unless it's directly affecting them. And that's okay. But that does mean that, for me, it's just a bit harder to meet someone who is both a white man and shares those values and beliefs.
So the race is such an issue, but you have a specific thing on race. You only want to chase white men.
I want a white man who's taller than me, who makes more money than me, who is not racist, not manly, not sexist, not homophobic, and also cares about current social issues.
And he's also an alpha Chad. That's what they see. How delusional she is. I know a lot of women may be tuning in and be like, "Oh no, she's." And
you're saying she's a 4. I'm saying she's a 5.5. So at best, you're a 5. You're average. Like, I mean, you can't expect a fucking unicorn out here, bitch.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. If she tried to come at me, I'd be like, "Yeah."
If she tried to come at me, I'd fuck her. But like, I would
no fuck the fuck.
But I
part.
wouldn't tell anybody about it.
No, but fuck the fuck part.
I mean, maybe some
I'll
girls.
Fuck a fat bitch if I'm desperate, if I'm horny.
Yeah.
But would you wife her?
Well, hell no.
Okay, she's a 4.
Well, I mean,
what about on the white scale? On the white scale, what is she?
On the white scale, no, she's like a fucking 2.
Okay, exactly what I said. Exactly what I said.
Believes that racism is still a really serious problem. It's not saying that.
It's not really a serious problem. That's your fucking.
White men again, or I think that they're all evil and terrible and the source of all of our issues. Not at all.
But does the thought ever cross your mind? You mentioned the comment, underneath the Guardian article. Do you know what? Good luck. You'll struggle to find. I mean, do you ever think? Do you know what? Maybe this might not work. That there might not be the guy who ticks all of these boxes out there.
Buy some cast style on.
Perfect. I'm, hugely imperfect. I mean, so we've also got to consider that someone has to put up with me and my cavernous flaws as well. I'm not under the belief that I'm some ideal partner. I don't think anyone will ever be completely perfect for someone, and you have to change and make space for people and grow with them. But equally, there are some values that I think that I have that are deeply held, and I think everyone has those. Mine just might be slightly different to other people's.
See, values.
Talk about some of those, and whether or not they actually are again, deal breakers for you when it comes to a relationship.
This guy's done well.
I mean, a phrase which many people will have heard.
He did good, but his posture is corny as fuck.
Is cultural appropriation. I mean, first and foremost, before we get into the nitty-gritty, I mean, could you have a long-term relationship with someone who didn't think that cultural appropriation?
You know what this is? You know what this is?
Making a black woman look bad?
This is British dry humor. That's what this is, man. This is British dry humor, and this host is a comedian.
Yeah,
I betcha.
Yeah, he's as they would say, cheeky.
He hella cheeky. And she ain't got enough cheeks.
And she's not really catching it. As
the white boys that are chasing her, they expecting some black cheeks. She ain't got them.
I mean,
she got iron board.
I mean,
surfboard.
We didn't really see her stand up, but she looked like she got some.
I disagree. She got some head fat. She got some cheek fat, but not the cheek down there.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Yeah, I probably could. I mean, if that's the only... It depends what you mean by it isn't a thing. Because I think there are actually some valid criticisms of cultural appropriation, not as an idea, but as it being like the most important issue about race that we should be talking about right now,
let's start with the definition then. What is cultural appropriation?
So cultural appropriation, I see there's kind of two strands of it. So there's the really clear one, which I think most people would agree is not good, where people use like symbols or clothing that's really sacred to a particular group, almost maybe to a religious or spiritual level. So for fancy dress, putting on a Native American headdress.
Native American? You're British, bitch. What are you talking about?
To white bitches, their hair is sacred. So
no, for you're talking about a Native American headdress. You're from fucking England. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is she from England though?
But like, I mean, yeah,
she from Botswana. She from Botswana.
Yeah, she could be a whole African, but
no, she is an African. She just don't. She ain't acknowledged it yet. But whatever, let's go.
Community saying this is deeply integral part of our culture. You know, it has spiritual value to us, and you wearing it as a costume for like a bit of fun on Halloween is very offensive to us. And I think a lot of people can get behind thinking, okay, that's bad. You know, if someone was Christian, for example, and said that there was something that they felt was sacred to them, and said, please.
If someone dressed up as Jesus, no one would. People giving him high five. Yo, Jesus, we're doing shots. Like, right? You know what I mean?
Like Christians have been ridiculed and mocked for the last, I don't know, 50 years, 30 years. Like,
especially Catholics.
Yeah, like, don't talk to us about Christianity, because that's the worst example you could have used. You could have used Islam or Judaism or something, but Christianity, no. Christianity's been mocked for a long time. Let's go.
Please don't wear that as some kind of joke, that people could understand why that might be the case.
Take a shot with you.
I'm out.
But I think there is another strand of cultural appropriation which is a lot more difficult. And it blurs into the kind of cultural exchange and sharing.
Oh my God, I think I know what she's going to say. She's going to talk about the other cultural appropriation. Like Africans wearing two-legged pants and bras, right? And getting braces and shit like that. I think that's what she's going to.
Is that where she's going to go?
I think that's what she's about to say. Don't quote me on this, I think she's about to say that.
I think she might go to like braids and hair. Braveheart, Mel Gibson.
We should
because those motherfuckers in Scotland.
How come we ain't make that movie yet?
In Scotland, and at the time, in that movie, they have braids because that's part of Scottish culture. How come we ain't
make that movie yet? Braveheart.
Oh, we should, man.
We should, right?
We need a financier.
Who
wants to be an angel investor?
Financier, man. I'll finance that, but what we need to do is we need to get Bret the Hitman Hart in that movie.
No, he's too old, man. I'll play the main character. Don't worry.
I'll be Braveheart. I ain't talking about main character.
Oh, okay. We can get him in there.
He gonna be like the old
I know people. Yeah,
botanist. He gonna be the old botanist with the medicals.
Yeah.
Like he gonna have one braid, like that.
Yeah, that one braid. Yeah. Okay.
But I feel like Bret hit. A lot of these Americans don't know, but like maybe the Oklahomans
Calgary.
know. Maybe the Oklahomans know, but like Bret the Hitman Hart, to me, he looked like he's Métis or something.
Got a little fucking.
He got a little bit of something in him, right?
He got like a 1/16 status card.
No, he got like a 1/8, 1/4.
I don't know about all that. You seen Owen?
Bro.
You seen Owen?
I seen Owen, but you ain't seen Métis before?
I have.
Yeah, some of them got blonde hair.
Yeah.
He got dark.
He was the darky.
He got dark hair.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just saying, let's go.
No one wants to live in a society where, no one can be influenced or learn from another culture, because that would be really boring and sad.
It strikes me that the history of art is in essence.
I want to see where she goes with this.
Cultural appropriation on these terms.
Definitely.
This man is mad condescending to her. Like, I love it.
when people are talking about cultural appropriation for those kinds of things, so say having cane rows or cornrows, depending on whether you're
What?
North American
Cane
or what
rows or
Caribbean you're from.
cornrows?
I knew
it's
she was
a
going hair
hairstyle
with it.
that, becoming popular because lots of white women on Instagram have it. But I
You're
think the real
jealous of
issue,
white
and
women.
It always is the same issue, really.
You're
is
jealous
about
of
power.
white women.
So,
Well, let's pause. For the most part, from what I have seen, I don't know about the internet, it's like that. It's whatever. But like the only white women that ever have braids or cornrows and shit like that is white families that go on vacation to somewhere like that. They just get it done because like that's what you do. But it's like, and then if it's anybody else, it's 95% of the time a white bitch who fucks black guys.
Yeah, no, on a modern scale, right?
Yeah.
But ancestrally, traditionally, the Nords had braids, the French had braids. That's why they got a French braid. The Scottish had braids.
The Dutch
the
braid.
Native Americans had braids.
Yeah.
Many of these people had braids.
Everybody had braids.
Yeah, but the problem
everybody
is,
got one.
The problem is black women feel like they are the originators of braids and the owners of braids because their ancestors may have had braids. That's cool. Doesn't mean you personally own braids. Same way a Lebanese guy or Arab does not own shawarmas. Because guess what? If you started a shawarma donair store,
Kebab, shawarma, donair. There's 3 different terms right there that tells you that more than one culture owns this.
no, but regardless, like
Right.
if a black woman owned a donair shop, you go, girl. And
Get the bag.
And rightfully so. You go, girl. Rightfully so. You go, girl.
Go ahead.
But ain't nobody gonna sit there and be like, yo, you can't do that. It's cultural appropriation. That's cultural appropriation. Like, shut the fuck up.
No, but that's
Like,
the worst thing
fuck up.
I would always say to black girls that would tell me like, oh, like this black girl or this white girl did this whatever with her hair. And I'm like, bitch, you have a whole ass Asian chicks straight hair on your head right now, and you have the audacity to dye it blonde. Like that's cultural appropriation too. You out here looking
Wearing
like Pam
pants-
Anderson
Wearing pants, bras, and fake nails is cultural appropriation. Wearing
with
cologne,
a fucking pair of blue contacts in your eyeballs.
wearing cologne and perfume is cultural appropriation. Eau de toilette, that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Eating tacos is cultural
And
appropriation.
that's why I love
Eating sushi is
and-
cultural
yeah,
appropriation.
and that's why I love America because it's like I love it for the melting pot in Canada, for the melting pot that is, and how we could. How we could like blend each other's cultures and take good things from this because like especially culinarily, I feel like that's one of the most beautiful things about North America is that I was able to have different influences of different cultures' foods, even compared to what my parents grew up with the generation before.
But let me tell you something right quick right there. Right?
Okay, let me know right there, boy.
All right, so cultural appropriation, it only means something when you're dealing with the whites, right? When you're dealing with the blacks, that ain't cultural appropriation. That's multiculturalism, right? You know what I'm saying? Right?
I mean, I think it's all multiculturalism, but I wish a motherfucker would try to tell me about some cultural appropriation. I will fucking embarrass you right quick. Like, shut up.
So you said you're gonna embarrass Jews right quick?
Oh, I'll embarrass Jews if they come at me.
No, that's that's anti-Semitism.
yo, so I had this one.
That's anti-Semitism.
Wait till you meet my cousins and my auntie Semitism. Yo, she's cool as
That's
hell.
anti-Semitism. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That auntie. Let's finish this fucking.
Okay,
let's
yeah.
wrap this shit up.
Yeah, we
Let's
stretching
go.
this out.
It's not that people are really upset about someone having the hairstyle. It's more that in the same society in which we live, people who've been wearing that.
No, the problem is that Chad is dating the white girls with the culture appropriations, and that's hot to them. But my skin, I got darker skin, and you ain't like me, and I want you to like me, and that's why it's culture appropriation, because you ain't acknowledging me. I want acknowledgement. I want to be treated like an angel. If you treated me like an angel and Becky was treated like shit, I'd be okay with it.
But then at the same time, I'm going to turn around and treat Naya from South Sudan on a different way because she's darker and built different than me. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, that's the problem is if she was dealing with a darker skinned woman that had darker skinned woman problems, she would look down and be like, yeah, well, maybe you should do like, she could have a bunch of advice. Maybe you should do like this instead. Maybe you should act less ratchet. That's what she gonna have all kinds of advice for her, right? But let's go.
Hairstyle for their whole lives because it's an easy way to maintain your hair in that style and it looks cool, have been criticized.
A little fine,
or,
little butt. I mean,
She ain't got
told
that much
they look
butt.
messy
I mean,
or been discriminated
got a little
against in
thigh
the
though.
workplace.
Who knows?
No,
And I think
that's
if
a
we didn't
cut
have
off.
that
That's a
amount
cut
It's
in
a
her
sit down.
pants.
No, I'm just talking about the overall.
Then we
Anyways,
wouldn't have this anger about the
We're not even listening.
Kardashian having hair in plaits. It's more the praise that comes with that. It's like, wow, she's so
I thought they was Armenian. That counts as white?
different and interesting for doing this, whilst, say, a black woman could do the same thing and be told, you know, oh, that doesn't really fit with our dress code here, or be called ghetto or something like that. So it's more about unfairness rather than not wanting to
Unfair.
share culture.
That's what it is.
It's
You think
unfair.
that there are-
I just
there are
want the
any
white man.
circumstances
It's actually more about
for
classism
example, where
than fucking racism.
No, it's not.
Like-
It's not about classism.
No, because what she's saying is if a Kardashian bitch came through with some braids, they would be like, okay, it's cool, bitch, you can come in the club.
No.
But if a black girl came in with the braids, they'd be like, oh, that's a little fucking
No,
ghetto. You can't get in.
no, take this in, right?
Okay.
If a big booty, olive skinned Palestinian woman came in and the white boys was like, we don't really fuck with her.
Yeah.
And then the black girls would be like, oh, yeah, they don't fuck with you because your skin color and this and that. But if the white boy said, yeah, we do fuck with you, all of a sudden, yeah, because you white skin.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, that's
what I
what
mean.
it
Like
is.
an Armenian, like the Kardashians, like they're like white adjacent.
Yeah, they're white
You're
adjacent.
not really like, I guess you're kind of white,
Yeah,
but like you're not white.
yeah,
You look a little something.
exactly.
You're exotic.
Exactly. Let's go.
well, you're not. Do you believe, honestly believe, that the majority of black people who saw Justin Bieber with dreadlocks went, this is cultural appropriation, please get hands off my culture?
No,
and,
just
this
just
is
black women.
there's a
Only
power
black
imbalance
women.
here. Or do you not just
No, a
think
couple of them corny ass black dudes
Yeah, of course.
who are trying to fight for the power.
But they black women though. Yeah.
They're proud of their black mama.
The average black dude be like, "Oh shit, Justin Bieber got braids. Oh, I fuck with him. He got
dreads,
locks.
yeah.
He got dreads. Oh shit, I fuck with him." And they just laugh about it and whatever. But the women are the ones that are in uproar.
I mean, me, first of all, I remember my one birthday, I think it was like 2017. I had my one black homegirl, and she was like, yo, Sluggy, let me put some braids in your hair.
Okay.
And so I let her do like a few cornrows in the front until I put it in the bun in the back. And like, I didn't have nobody say nothing about me about no fucking
But they gossip though.
cultural appropriation.
The ones that you rejected gossip though.
I mean, maybe some of them out there has something to say, but like, I mean, ain't nobody ever said nothing
gossip from
to my
afar,
face,
bro.
and I never
Yeah.
heard nobody say nothing about.
They
No,
gossip.
but I mean, I feel like them. But it's funny 'cause to me, black people look at me differently. Especially
Yo,
once
bro,
they know
that's
me.
a 6 to you right there. That's a 6 to you.
I said a 5'6".
She might be 5'6", but that's about it.
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think she's that bad.
I wouldn't wife her.
I wouldn't wife her, but I'm not.
Exactly. So she's not a 5'6".
I mean, off looks alone.
Are
I
you
would
only
say.
wifing? Are you only going to wife a 10 or an 8?
No.
Okay, cool. She's not a 5'6".
I'm
If
just
you
saying
wouldn't wife her, she's not a-
physically from my physical attraction standpoint. I would say she's a 5'6".
You're talking about her
But I
body.
told her-
I'm
and
looking
I
at
told
her,
her in
right
wife-
now I'm looking at her face. I'm not looking at her body. I'm looking at her face.
Yeah, I would
Who's
say
your
she's a
wife?
5'6".
I'd say she's a 4.
But that's just our own different preferences. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that. But she's not a 5'6". But let's go.
Okay.
Let's finish. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap this
We
up.
have
Let's
40.
go. Let's
We have
go.
43
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, let's go.
Chapman and thought, you look like a bit of an idiot?
You know, not mutually exclusive. I think people are able to think both things at once. Like, not only do you look like an idiot, but
You look like an
this
idiot.
is kind of
You
irritating.
been look like an idiot.
Maybe they wouldn't use the words cultural appropriation because I do think that is a very like small group of millennials that you would use the language, but I think there's definitely a wider group of black people that would feel like, oh, it's really annoying that dreadlocks have been part of my culture since I grew up, and in my family lots
What
of
that
people
mean?
have them, and yet when
What
I
that
wear
mean?
them, people presume that I'm a drug dealer, or a child has been sent home.
Chad won't date me, so I feel like he judges me for my looks looking like a drug dealer. But if he don't look like some royalty and he dated me, it wouldn't be a problem.
Guys, let's get realistic. Like 90% of the white people that have dreadlocks, it looks fucking stupid and they're bad and it just like maybe doesn't even really suit that person. But there's been a select few that like it kind of look all right on it. I'm like, okay, whatever. But it's pretty rare. So if you do that, like
It ain't that rare.
to
But,
have
Like
dreadlocks.
Jason Momoa, he's not white, but I know he got white blood in him. But he's Samoan or some kind of Hawaiian or something.
Yeah,
Polynesian.
Okay, well, I'm just saying for white people.
But the black girls love him. The black girls love Jason Momoa.
And also, I'll tell you an extra reason why they love him, because he had a fucking black wife.
Yeah, well, she wasn't black. She was half Jewish. Lisa Bonet is half Jewish. That's
And
why
half Jewish and half what?
half black.
Exactly. So I mean, you
But
black.
like I said, she ain't black.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay, she's not.
I
Like,
didn't say she's not black. I said she's not black.
yeah, she ain't black, but she.
I ain't black.
But she black.
Yeah,
Like you black.
yeah, she ain't black. But
Anyway.
Home from school because their hair is in dreadlocks. And so again, I think if we had a fairer society and a fairer system where
fair.
people wouldn't be
Fairer.
praised or celebrated for doing things that other people have been discriminated against.
You just
for a
want
long
to fuck
time,
white dudes.
discriminating
then
people
the
against
debate would
dreadlocks.
really calm down and
When?
cease to exist.
When's
You
the
just want
last
to
time?
fuck a white
Anger
dude.
has-
That's
has
all it
served
is.
the black community well. It was the driving force behind much of the civil rights.
She wants half white children.
It would be difficult to abandon it entirely, but as there becomes less to be angry about, is anger the best way to try and affect change in a country in which the majority of people would, if they were called racist, be really deeply offended and upset by that.
This chick is
I think-
embarrassing herself.
I mean, one achievement is that people, although I think this might be shifting a little, but people are embarrassed at least to be called racist. I mean, people definitely.
You should
weren't
be embarrassed
by
to
the
be on
term
this
in the
divided.
1960s. You know, people be like, okay, fine, yeah, I am a racist.
Who's gonna
whatever.
say, yeah, okay, fine, I'm
and
a
I'm glad
racist?
that there's social sanction around that. I'm glad that there's shame.
Oh my God! You know what she would love to? She would love to find a white boy Chad to be like, oh my God, I am a racist, and I realize I fucking love you, bruv. And she'd be like, oh my God, we have some work to do.
Oh, hold on. I love you, isn't it?
I love you in it, but like, we have some work to do. But
Like she wants to meet a white man who's a fucking sensitive dude, but also an alpha, and that would like, and like is really engaged in his white guilt, and is trying to like make it up to her.
But you know what it is? If Chad married her, wifed her, bred her, married her, and all of that shit, she wouldn't even care about all this protesting anymore. She wouldn't even care anymore.
Maybe if it wasn't so
She
low
was so
key,
she was so
masculine and leftist, and
She was so telling these black girls like, oh, maybe you should, maybe you should have changed a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like that's what she would do.
Let me just take a white man's shell that's got a good base
You
and
call
make
that-
him
hold
exactly what perfect.
Hold up, you call that thick?
She
She
got a little
chubby.
thick.
She got some chubs.
She got some thighs.
Bruh,
she got some lower half.
She looked like she used to be 240 and then she lost 100 pounds. That's what she looked like.
Or she was like 110 and then she put on a whatever pound.
Look at them flabby ass biceps. That's a lot of weight
It's
loss.
not the biceps, it's the triceps.
No, the front side.
the
Look
front
at the
side?
bicep. Them flabby. Look like she lost a lot of weight. That's why she
Or she put it on quick, man.
she wearing some tight
She wearing
fitting-
all black.
She wearing some proper fitting clothes. I'm telling you, bro.
Listen, man,
Look at her ass. Look at the ass. That's thick right there. Look at that.
It could be.
Look at the
It's hard
shape.
to say.
Look at the shape though. It look weird.
She got some thigh.
Nah, it look weird, bro.
Okay, whatever, man.
Let's go.
Let's finish this.
I'm less glad that there seems to be more shame around being called one than the actions. So I think there is a bit of an issue there now where people are embarrassed to be called a racist, but will still continue holding racist beliefs and
You date that.
carrying out racist actions.
You date
But
that.
Anger, because I'm not answering your question otherwise. I think anger is really important. I don't want to be angry all the time because it's exhausting. But
Are
I
you
think
sure?
it can be a driving force for change.
I'll tell you right now, her
Being
her
angry
Facebook
or-
or Instagram feed
Otherwise, we get complacent.
is just a barrage of things that are like, oh, this racist white Karen did this, and it's all just like the same fucking shit. That's like, continuing for her beliefs.
Yo, dead ass, I'm embarrassed for her. I'm so embarrassed for her. And if she was African,
She looked
dude,
like she was. Because when they talked about dreadlocks, she was like, oh, and then some people that were in there, like, she didn't like hold no,
no, but she ain't African. You know what I'm saying?
no, she's British.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
she,
like,
she
and-
Western. She Western.
Like, I feel like maybe her parents might not have even been African. They might have been British
I think
too.
the way she looked, I'm guessing she probably Ghanaian or something like that.
I was gonna say Nigerian, maybe.
No, I think she might be Ghanaian or something. But regardless, it's like
Congolese.
if she was around Africans, they'd be like, "Yo, what are you on? Like, you're embarrassing. You're hella white."
I mean, but like, I mean, that's annoying as it is too, because if she grew up in a predominantly white surroundings, it's like you're not even white, you're just British. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. If she grew up around Africans, they tell her like, you're not African like that.
Well, and I feel like that's probably what it is, because I know a lot of girls that are like that have cousins or family members, and like they were born here in Canada, and their cousins be like, "Oh, you talk white or whatever," and they're like, "Yo, I just grew up here, and everybody talks like this."
They grew up in Calgary, so you see that they chasing white boys, right?
Well, yeah, and
For the most part. Right?
I mean, no.
They
it's
fantasize
weird.
about American black men, but they chase white boys from Canada.
Well, no, but then they're fucking the scammers and the drug dealer black guys out here too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's a weird.
Well, I mean,
it's a weird
you know what it is, because they homegirls brought them out to the trap, and they got bottles, and they turned up, and they fucked up, they inebriated, and they start, it's whatever. It's what it is, right? But if they was on a yacht party with some white boys, they would love that even more. I bet you.
No, and they do that too.
And that's why they call
not
you
even
bitch.
not even more, but just as much. And they're just like living with the times. But it's just it's funny as hell, because I see that shit. Like, I mean,
we all see it. That's what we're speaking on. We're not speaking on a place of ignorance. We're speaking on a place of experience. The motherfuckers in the comments or motherfuckers that's watching, they may not understand that. But we understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're speaking from a place of experience.
And one thing
that's
that,
what we're speaking
that I
on.
would always credit to you, that you made me open my eyes and realize is that the way a lot of black women will act with me just being a white guy, and then in comparison around some brothers is different.
Yeah.
And I never really realized that shit until you pointed it out, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. And then you see them come out of my spot, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey man, I chill like this and I do like this."
Or even
you know, Raheem, like I was at his trap house and I did like this and I did like that, and it's
or like I'll bring a girl that I know and she acts a certain way around me all the time, and then I bring her around here and get a little turned up, and then all of a sudden she's trying to act like one of the bros, and I'm like, yo, you don't act like this with me.
But then you wonder why black men chase white women. They don't even chase. It's like white women come around and it's like, oh my God, like, why are these black girls mad at me? I didn't do anything. I'm just hanging out. Oh my God. Like, and then the black girl's like, fuck that fucking white bitch.
You know what?
And they gonna me mug you too, like, you gonna talk to that white bitch.
No, but you know what the funniest thing too for me?
You gonna eat that cornbread.
In this whole like realm of thought, the funniest thing for me is I've had white girls that are like usually into black guys that are being in the scene like that be like, you know what, Slicker? I don't even like white guys, but you, I fuck with. And I'm like, yo, how's a white girl gonna say this to me? Like, that's some fucking trippy ass shit.
I'll be around white girls and they just be like, they try to show me all the reggae and rap trap music that they know that in their playlist. And I'm listening to this, and the more I hear their playlist, the more disgusted I am.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, right? Is that fucked up?
I mean, yeah, yes and no.
It's like, ew, bitch, you're destroyed. Where did you get this playlist from? Where did you get that playlist from? Where you heard this Lil Durk from?
Well,
where you heard the pop can from?
Yeah, I guess it kind of like translates back to like, what dude were you fucking at the time that put you onto this shit?
Exactly that. It's exactly that. But anyways, any motherfucking way, what I'm trying to tell you,
it's a long ass video.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chop it down.
We're gonna have to like cut little things out because I think
we cut off in the beginning too. So
I think we said a couple inappropriate words. We might have to go and filter out.
Yeah, they will get fixed up. But regardless, all I gotta say is that
irregardless, if you want to say it incorrectly.
But what I gotta say is that we in the Dove Shack. This is the No Pigeon Podcast. This is your motherfucking host, Yucca, and
your boy Slugger. Hey,
we in the realm of Calgary, Alberta right now. Why? I don't know. We just got stuck here in a tornado.
I mean, my family from here. Like, we've been here for generations.
I heard your family from Utah.
No, we Southern Albertans. We ain't from Utah.
So y'all hurting Albertans.
No, we Berta boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not from here, but I live here, and I've been live here for the last 15.
No, you're an honorary Albertan.
I'm an honorary Calgarian.
Well, yeah, but
I
I
couldn't
mean,
go
by
to the
default, same thing, Albertan.
No, I couldn't go to the outskirts of Calgary and be like, "Hey, what up, man? I'm from Alberta," and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, where do you get your cheese from?"
I don't know, Safeway? Like, I mean...
Exactly.
I don't
They
know.
look at me crazy.
You think so?
Yeah, I know. They'd be like, "Oh, you're cultural appropriation."
Oh, my God. I got it from the Springbank Cheese Company.
I got it from the food bank. Anyways,
Saputo
y'all,
cheese.
man.
All right.
Anyways, man, we out. So it's been long enough. So peace.
Till next time.
Enjoy.
Peace.
Your neighborhood,
Piece of
friendly
land.
neighborhood slugger, and
Piece of property.
And that's what we do.
Piece of pussy. I mean...
And a little bit of piece of poop.
Little tiny... Anyway.